can cover fire.
Ring cutter. No, my sword.
Dead reckoning. Hair. Crosses.
The pinnacle of excellence.
Getting here. Frost is coming. Now's our chance.
Witness the power of Gugwa. A burst of flavor. Off to the freezer.
Going under. Another. Getting here. Hair. Frost is coming. Hair.
The pinnacle of excellence.
Leave the wounded to me.
Mind the wind. Come here, you little rascal.
Not too far now.
Rain outlines your fate.
Go! You're free now!
Ring cutter.
Shadow Raven, let night fall.
No rest for the...
Mind your step.
No, my sword.
Be free! Tell me what you see.
Rev the engines. Bring it.
Wow, the city is all decked out. Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt,
But...
feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on.
Take a look around, huh?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired.
Stargazing? Like,
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
no, it's okay. Thank you. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn,
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship story. So, is this what you meant by unusual?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for.
Oh, it's the honorary knight.
Is something wrong?
I know a knight should be stronger than this. But I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't. I started sleep.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. Yeah. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry. This is for me to.
Huh. Is it something in the air?
It appears Miss. Oh,
Wait,
that's what I thought too.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before? Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And
good question, Kaya.
so you knew about that? Well, if I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't. But then I saw you. And it wasn't that some.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all.
So,
Try and stop me!
Ah, Kaya, you found them. Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
whoa, headquarters are packed.
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to...
Oh,
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for...
Jean! A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine. Which means it's a serious... Right! He's the captain of the investigation team. Albedo is the one on trial? Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
Ready to proceed. Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the Church, launched an...
Murder?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging along...
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please...
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body. Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night? Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
Not yet.
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt?
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence? It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie. The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Wait, that's...
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you... Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried. These remains suggest both witnesses saw... You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time? Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep. I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this can...
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, and just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings. Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What?
No, it can't be true!
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
has to be a... Rosaria! Who is...
Add Astro.
Bring it!
Full throttle!
Phew. Yep.
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Whoa, where did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is,
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right? That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your mind, so I thought we should have a After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
wait then. You know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself? Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other.
We The minute we got here, something was off.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Board? If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know. A bomb! So, this thing belongs to you now?
Bring it!
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects?
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
Hey, Jean! But...
Bring it!
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I... Oh, in that case, head on in.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it. Right back at ya. All right, let's see what we can find. Wow, these books are... Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk. The name of the project is blotted out. Huh. What does this mean? Oh, alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we've... Oh, Vent is calling! Let's in... Oh, we found stuff alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious. Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason. Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it. Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles.
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was in.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations. We should be getting close. Oh, look over... Weird. There's a hole, but the prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies. But this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole? Or smooth out the ground like the other places? Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case. What's wrong? Yeah, not when the charges are so serious. Of course, we'll be there. In the
Bring it!
We should meet up with Jean. It's about time for the second trial.
Settle down. Silence!
Yes, we sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court. Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature? Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master Diluc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too. I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop near Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master Diluc. I thought it might be nice to, chat. So I headed in his direction, and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body. I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first place. If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long. Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
Wait, does she mean...
We have witnesses and physical evidence. What could you possibly say in your defense? Ugh, you have some nerve. Saying that when the evidence is stacked against you? So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses? That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo. Then, there must also have been a body. Questions there may be, but allow me to point out. There is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location. And the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect. Unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
What?
Ha! So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
Actually, the traveler Amber, Bennett, and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands. You deny it? After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear? You've clearly lost your mind!
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone on Dragonspine. What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you, too. I see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up. You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Homunculus?
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of... homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery, but your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you? That means nothing! By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter! How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago! Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing.
No, my head.
The scar is right here. Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm. Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
Hey! They're shielding the imposter!
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Whoa! She just leaped across the room!
After her!
What? How are there monsters in the city? Of course. Where's our first stop?
Try and stop me!
Hey, Vantage! What's with the freakout? It's just us. So, these two know the other's identity then? Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies? Did they belong to one of the victims? Wait, so what do? We can't go around hurting innocent people. Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many!
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible? No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
Huh? That voice. Venti?
Oops.
Freeze! Oh, so sorry. What's the hurry? Don't get frostbite.
Retribution!
Damn you! Cool it! This moment will be frozen in time.
They're over there! Dilu, Kaya! What? We can't be here because we care? So what's the status over here? Aw, that's so sweet. Let's dance.
Thank you so much, Miss. Things are still quite chaotic. Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosario.
I'll race you there!
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Ugh, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Whoa, so this has been a long time in the making. But how did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave Paimon a heart attack. All those awful... Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner. Aw, that means a lot. Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
Gotta say, when I saw you on the side of the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious. Thought I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that way.
I get it. That's a pretty common tactic. Oh. Got it. I'll take her there right away. Bring it!
Terra Smash!
Lupikal, it's you. You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Moment of birth.
It happened a lot before? Huh. Gentle electrocution.
It's all my fault. I knew Clea was fast, but disappearing like this? I only lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
Albedo! Traveler! Paimon!
Yeah, plus we kinda already heard what you said, so...
Clea, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
Wait! Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty!
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second. Shudder!
Burst forth. Quick!
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She's not to be underestimated. Crush! Beg for mercy. Crush! Flood of frost! Albedo, you can't be serious. Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little E. Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
Burn it down! Rev the engines!
We're back!
Amber?
sensed a child's anger through the wind.
Oh, nothing much to report, actually. Good. No problems. Ugh.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now? Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something? Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
Wait. Barbados? Considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so. All right, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I? Just take it from my stash. I keep it in...
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Hello? Who is this? Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell. Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbados? Oh? And which brave soul is it this time? And what is your wish, dear Albedo? How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
Okay, that makes no sense.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Hello again, everyone. Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Aw, that's nice of you.
Huh, I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Bring it. Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? Paimon bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere. Mini Turin, what are you doing here? Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you. So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year. What do you mean? Wait, didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here. What? And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human? Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval. Definitely. You've just gotta trust one another. Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hakai know about this?
Welcome one and all. Please sit wherever you like. I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along. All right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about? Oh? Which ones? I'm all ears. Interesting. What else? Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life. Of course! It was even the home of one of M's children the other day. Oh, I see. The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child. Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial. So you know our tricks, huh? Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with, no? Although, I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
What? Why?
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial. Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Whoa, you're so tiny now!
You sound pretty confident, Albedo. Well, since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like gallant fairy tale heroes.
Coming to be! Feel this ancient power! Coming to be!
King and Queen should present a united...
Witness my great undertaking!
Letting great names echo! Light it up! Light of the blazing sun!
Moment of birth!
Ugh, it had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me. Well done, but this isn't over. I will now preside over the second trial. Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are. The trial awaits. Only by turning the world on its head can we see its true colors. So, it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom the moment they gained legs with which to ride. So, in the spirit of
rather dreary.
I have a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbara Trismegistus.
I dance for you!
Oh, there you go. You're always so charming.
Come into being!
Yes, very well done.
Oh, they've grown up so fast. I'm so proud.
Really? Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. And should you feel the need to gloat profusely to that student of mine so she knows to up her game? Lovely tea party. But that'll do me for now. Until next time, my dearies.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie? You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
To deal with the Dragon of Dragonspine, right? Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Paimon's hands are turning to ice. You sure? Is it warm in there? Still beating away after all this time. May Paimon ask a question? Who is Durin to you? Do you think of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster? Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons, then. Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart. Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
Weather like this is perfect for enjoying the outdoors. Want to go for a spin? Here, full throttle!
Pleasure! We sure learned a lot. Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom Star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival? The Windbloom Festival is about to begin! Let's go check it out!
Try and stop me!
Albedo, how did everything go? Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now? So, how do you feel right now? She? So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves! You've got an unusual family, that's for sure. Devouring Nefarious? What's Nefarious? What? Of course, that's what friends are for. Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report. Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Windbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windbloom gonna be? Venti, you're back. Wow, a gift and a mystery all in one! The mages sure love their secrets, huh? You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink? Of course not! Let's go to the tavern right... Is that Navia over there? Oh, it's been a while. Let's go say hi. Hey, Navia! What you up to?
Shh!
Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! Right now, you're a disgrace to my kitchen and to the Hotel de Boer name!
It was an accident.
I'm sorry, did you hear me asking for excuses?
No, I'll do better, I promise.
Why is she so aggressive? She won't even listen to what the poor girl has to say. Oh, hey, cut her some slack. You gotta at least hear her out.
Wait!
Huh? Who do you think you are telling me? Wait a sec. Navia? Huh. So, you're bringing backup now. Suit yourself! You're still wasting your time!
Savannah, is this how you always treat your staff?
My staff is right. I'm the one in charge here now. And last time I checked, the Hotel de Boer doesn't take orders from the Spina di Rosula.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our business. But when a member of your staff is so overworked he becomes gravely ill, that most definitely is our business. We're going to stand up for him, whether you like it or not.
Overworked? I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Fermon can't handle the job, then tough luck. There are plenty of other capable people I can hire instead.
But Fermon can do the job, he just...
Monica, back inside, now!
But you said I shouldn't come back until...
Just do as you're told, and not another word out of you! Come on, we have work to do!
Wow, what a horrible person!
Sorry. Looks like I've dragged you into some drama again. Her name is Savannah. She's the new head. Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of... One guy was so overworked, he collapsed from illness. He's been bedridden for days, and he can barely...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I don't deserve to be a chef.
At his family's request, the Spina di Rosula is trying to mediate on his behalf. We're not exactly making a ton of progress, as you saw. Savannah is adamant that Fermon's exhaustion and illness have nothing to do with her or how she's been running her kitchen. Our next thought was to talk to the other chefs at the restaurant and get a better idea of their working conditions. But with Savannah watching them like a hawk, no one has been willing to open up. And that's why I'm here, doing it the old-fashioned way. Camping out, watching.
Oh, shoot! It all makes sense now.
Oh, no, not at all, Paimon. And besides, yeah, meaning...
Paimon will join you.
Oh, guys, a really famous chef just joined the Spina di Rosula's tavern. Her name is...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you witnessed just now. We shouldn't subject our customers to that. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure...
Monica's the one apologizing? Huh. Clearly...
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything.
All right. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah.
little highly strung, huh?
Paimon doesn't get it. How did someone like her even become head chef?
Well, according to Fermat's family, she hasn't always been like this. But that's his story.
Oh, Paimon totally gets it. Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find Escoffier.
Escoffier? Could this mean...
Huh?
Yeah. Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
I'll take a guess. So, who is this Escoffier anyway?
Well, for starters, she used to be the head chef at the Hotel de Bourg, before Savannah. She recreated the legendary Gâteau de Bourg and restored the restaurant back to its former glory. Safe to say, she's the most renowned head chef in the Hotel de Bourg's history.
Gâteau de Bourg? That's the super exclusive cake that they only sell a few slices a day, right?
Well, apparently, the Hotel de Bourg was reported for a safety incident. Someone claims that the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu, but none of the chefs had any idea how it could have gotten into the food. In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility, and she was sent to the Fortress of Meripede.
The Fortress of Meripede?
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believed the whole thing was probably just an accident. Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to
So that's what happened.
Even though Escoffier is no longer head chef at the hotel, she's still well respected, so I'm guessing what Monica wants is for us to convince Escoffier to try and negotiate with Savannah on the staff's behalf.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Monica wants Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out. It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one back.
Well...
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove! You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then, you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What do you say, Hilaire?
I'm sorry, Cream. I'm sorry, Mushroom.
As you can see, Escoffier is that kind of chef as well.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors a chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Got it?
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still...
Yes, Chef!
Excuse us,
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Looks like the rush hour is finally over. Is it?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef. Well, in her words, the Hotel de Bourg doesn't need her anymore. It does.
I guess I'll be heading off then.
Wait, take these home with you. We can't serve them now, and there's no sense in letting them go to waste.
Oh, thank you.
For what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon, so you're not running yourself ragged every single shift.
Fiamma. That's the second time we've heard that name. Who is that again?
He's the chef that fell ill from stress. He decided to pick up some work to help pay the bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been making some extra food every day for him to take home.
Hey, I heard that, Navia! I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his failed dishes, so he might as well take them home.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
So you two must be the world-famous traveler and his companion, Paimon. Yes? Is there—
Oh, so you know us already. I'll skip the introduction then. We are here to—
I certainly am, but besides, I'm the one who—
What?
Well, she was a much gentler person back then. A little timid, even. She wasn't at all confident that she was the right fit for the role.
That's hard to believe.
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history bits, Fiamma and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier. Look at this.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you. As for the others, well, how can you know what they think unless you ask?
Monica.
Plus, it's not like we're—
Oh, Monica. Oh, I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the soul of my— Unbelievable! I won't stand for this. She has to learn. Come on.
Wait, so now she's,
Let's go catch up to her. We don't want to keep her waiting.
There you are, Lynette! Where did you disappear to? Leone and I have been looking everywhere for you. Wait, where did you get the cat?
I found her outside. I don't... fair enough.
Don't...
maybe you could leave her with... Sure.
It's no
Also,
Like, one last thing.
Spectac...
Yes, such a...
Speaking of...
That's... On that point,
Quite simply...
Exactly. I was honored to share...
Oh, Lynette's back!
Hey, Lynette!
Were you in stand...
Oh, those seemingly stilted movements were in fact an...
A cat! This show looks on... Oh, I...
But don't you want the...
Nuts.
I'm sure the fans...
How interesting.
Oh!
Huh?
Wow!
Yeah, it's just... But at a tea party...
Lynette? It's just the... 3, 2, 1, smile. You can collect your... Marry you! Get over...
I thought the group photo...
Wait, she looks like... Is that Escoffier?
Escoffier's back? Yes,
I was just saying, Hotel de Boer is...
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe the taste is a little off, but if you hadn't brought it up, I don't think I would have noticed.
But, please, you have to forgive me or Chef is gonna... Okay, I know. I'll...
What the heck?
Get up, Monica! Can't you see that you're
Escoffier.
If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do. Make the dish again. And this time, get it right. You cannot go begging your customers to feel sorry for you.
Savannah said that I'm not allowed back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake.
That's some backwards logic. How can you fix your mistake without being allowed to cook?
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway. I was actually quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere and started apologizing. Gave me a bit of a fright, to be honest.
Oh, well, it's because Chef Savannah tasted a bit of the leftover soup from my pot and then threw me out of the kitchen.
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escoffier was head chef here. I gotta say, you're all looking a little worse for wear these days.
I mean, we all knew that it came from a good but these days, and it's only gotten worse since word got out.
Monica, you don't need to call me
Yeah, but through no fault of your own, that banquet was a huge...
Lumaline? What's that?
A new drug from the Fontaine Research Institute.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects. Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it...
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminant, but you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high. Because everyone's... And now look at you. A fry chef in the Fleuve Cendre.
What are you trying to say? Sure, the Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but come on. It's not that bad, is it?
Oh, the Fleuve Cendre, you say? Great. That's where I'm downing from now on.
Monica, I'm fair. Besides...
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef? So you... Escoffier?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you,
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore, so stop acting like you own the place.
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can tell the difference?
That's none of your business!
What happened to not storming in and raising hell?
Ho ho! I was not
Huh? Fanagem?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a humble suggestion?
The traditional way?
That's right! I'm talking, of course, about the tradition...
According to legend, the founders... The cooking
Huh.
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us. And indeed.
Reintroduction?
What say you, Escoffier?
Sure. Exhibition. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
But if you lose...
What? The Codex de Boer?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste.
It contains all his secret. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world.
Present and former.
What do you want that old thing for? You have.
Don't take me for a fool. You know perfectly well what I mean. I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copy, right? They contain the exact same recipes.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original codex?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift to thank Escoffier for her years of service.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de boar, per the recipe in the codex. Well, Escoffier, you...
You sound surprisingly confident. All right then, let's see how much you've actually grown. I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all you've learned after this long is how to chew people's heads off.
Believe me, I'll
Escoffier, are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
Oh, it'll be fine. Let's head back to the Fleuve Cendres so I can get prepping.
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of came out of nowhere.
Well, I got a sense that she's...
Huh?
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Oh.
That's patently...
Okay. That's...
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a... Back in the day, he and his... For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de boar was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful. Modeste and Savelli went on to found the original Hôtel de Bourg, which, especially Modeste, he was hailed as a once-in-a-generation genius.
Ah, Paimon's heard this kind of story before.
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. Anyway, never mind. And that was it. Even then, it still took...
Oh! So the Codex really isn't all that, then. Paimon figured it was like one of those mystical books they have in Liyue's martial arts novels? Where the main...
Yes, well, that's fiction. And this is reality. You can't...
Case in point. Even the gâteau...
Wait, really? What?
It did. But, like I said... It's so reimagination. As for why we gave it the same...
Oh!
Hey now, just think.
Anyway, before I left my role...
Could it be...
Well, it may be from her point of...
What? Huh?
Who knows? We could speculate forever. But it means vesting her in this... However much she's changed since...
Well...
Look, now, if I had to push it, I could...
Well, that's easy.
Well, I have heard the
Oh, count me in too. Even if it means competing against... I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically the same thing, right?
Oh, Navia. Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah. Thankfully, it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving statues out of fruits or something.
Well, brace yourself, because the next step is anything but straightforward. I'll be using this cold press to extract flavor compounds from the ingredients. A kind of special food processor I got the Fontaine Research Institute. But this isn't exactly standard kitchen equipment, so that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give...
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Paimon's never used anything this weird before. Cool!
No Rexy, no problem.
The device isn't cold enough yet. I need to reduce the temperature.
A little amuse-bouche. And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. I'll demonstrate again. Slowly and carefully. That didn't count. And voila! Now it's your turn. Not terrible, considering, but the Traveler's work was surprisingly good. Are you sure you've never done this before? You got almost perfect results on your first try. That goes without saying. Still, credit where credit's due. Alright, now for the part I've been looking forward to. I want each of you to cook something from the Hotel du Bois' current menu. I'll judge your submission. That's right. How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say. Now...
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to la food.
6 points.
What? Oh, well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so...
That's 6 out of 100.
What?
You say you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Aww.
Me next!
I'll have you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar.
Aww.
Now to the final dish.
So,
This is our last hope.
8 points.
darn. That's barely higher than what we got.
Not exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
Huh? How did you pull that off?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef. I can tell that you've put many hours of work into honing your skills in the kitchen. I can really taste the grace of the snow-winged goose in this dish. The traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you made that last part up! No way did you taste that!
Well, it looks like I lost fair and square. I guess you'll be taking the Traveler as one of your assistants then?
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see how it goes?
Chef Escoffier!
Oh, it's Hilaire! What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest.
And you think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. I'm sorry. I know I've been rather useless these past few days, but not anymore. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events. I've proven myself in the Hotel de Bourg kitchen, so if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escoffier, it's me. I think. I mean, I hope so.
Firma, have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving Hotel de Bourg?
I have not, but I'm fully rested now. I know I can handle it. I'll prove it. Let me whip something up for you right now. Huh? That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! 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 Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I don't understand. I was feeling so much better, and then Will I?
Dad, talk to me. What?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you get here?
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known how serious your situation was, I would have stood up for you sooner.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of—
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea.
She sounds like the worst. All right, another Savannah horror story. Let's...
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no...
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it! In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
Do it again, do it again, do it again!
Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from her.
Either straighten yourself out, or get up!
So now, it seems like just
Oh, man. That must be awful.
the more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands shake, and the more scared I am of making another mistake.
How can you give up so easily? And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes.
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Maybe Savannah was right.
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues at work here. One, I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't?
Even if I had to...
Oh, well, Paimon and Navia will still keep practicing, just in case.
And so will I.
Yeah! And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosula to put out an emergency call for chefs. There's gotta be someone out there, right?
Actually, I thought maybe...
What? Why didn't you say so?
I was going...
You do this for us?
All right, fine by me. But aren't you still working for...
I know, but it's... I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm...
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be...
Great! Spina sponsored?
Well... Yeah! Feast!
All right, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your life. That's not a bad...
That was a dream come true!
Finally on the right.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you.
Why, Savannah? Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might explain why Savannah's so desperate to get her hands on it. But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled recipes in between diary entries from Modeste's adventuring phase. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Surely that's infinitely more useful than this old thing. Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just we were. At least I always thought she was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief. Yes, the story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bourg and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But his newfound, unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks at every turn. Doors that would swing wide open, and with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary arts with Savelli. People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured. Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in one rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy. Unlikely. It's a still. Beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut.
Really?
It's cooking contest day! To the Hotel de Boer! Toot sweet!
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest.
Wait, seriously? Escoffier ain't a...
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome one and all to the Hotel de Boer and to this most exciting of cooking contests.
Savannah, I've brought the original copy of the codex you asked for.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, they will be sent to the back of the kitchen where they'll each receive a label. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed after the judges have sampled them and reached a final verdict.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me. Getting a seat on the judging panel is a pretty sweet deal.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hotel de Boer cooking contest commence!
Monica, Traveler, it's go. Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse! Gaspar! Get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this competition is quickly heating up.
An inspired melange! Ha! Ja! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Off to the freezer! Ja! That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors. Disgusting! Alphonse!
The balance of flavors is about right, but the quantity is too low.
So, what do you think?
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check.
I think this flavor profile is still a little bit off.
Enough! Ugh, useless! Both of you! Make like an egg and beat it!
Stay calm, Escoffier. There has to be a way to balance the flavors. Just think.
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg.
That went just as I expected.
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
Huh.
We both made the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef who earned my recommendation for good reason. She wouldn't screw up something as elementary as the cake's appearance.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy. Beautifully sweet. This is a masterclass in how to make Gâteau de Bourg.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10. Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really? I could...
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite and already this aroma is a delight to the senses.
I have a feeling that this gâteau...
How exciting! I think maybe someone got a little carried away when they were adding the sugar.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place. Who made...
It appears the decision is unanimous. This gâteau is far below the standard we would expect.
Whew! And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won this cooking contest.
What? It's Savannah?
No! That's impossible!
Hey! Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And everyone here can attest to that. It was Vanejem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you start with them? Isn't it more likely that Escoffier's lost her edge? Oh, or maybe her assistants let the team down.
You take that back!
Judges, we demand a rematch.
That's enough! What's done is done. As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish I served. Whatever went wrong and however it happened, I should have spotted it. Savannah, I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex to bore that much, you can have it.
Escoffier, no!
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over and I won. That means you owe me the Codex, and I owe you nothing.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is to accept defeat without looking to expose what you've done. But only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any other unfinished business you'd like to leave in my hands?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss, just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need your advice.
All right, fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier!
The Codex de Boer! Finally. Now, at long last, I will succeed.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is a souvenir of your time here! Doesn't that mean anything to you?
It's all right. It was just a bake-off, not the end of the world. I'm already over it. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. That's mission accomplished for the Spina. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, why bother with the whole cooking contest? It's such a waste of time and energy.
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets, no nothing? I don't believe it! This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-up stress and exhaustion.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us, the person she puts the most pressure on is herself.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, it's every night. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only realize how long she's been at it when we come to work the following morning.
But why? What?
Our best guess is she doesn't want to be seen as less of a chef than Escoffier.
And there it is.
Even so, that's no excuse for taking her anger out on the rest of you.
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse for cheating in the cooking contest.
Huh, about that, we honestly have no idea how she did it. We were focused on our own work the whole time, like she asked.
Leone and Algalia were the ones I tasked with labeling the cakes. I've already spoken to them both. They're at a loss to explain it too.
Not to worry. Come on, join me downstairs. I'll interrogate the guilty gâteau myself.
Well, how is it? Have you figured out what it was?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure the taste tested before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. And if I wanted retribution, I would have brought this up when the results were announced. Whatever's going on with you, just spill the beans. There's no need to hide it.
I was the one who caused the food safety incident that one time.
Food safety? Wait, you mean the Lumaline incident? So you procured the contaminated ingredients?
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day. I didn't check everything as well as I should have, and so I let... But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea there was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would... But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with...
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging Escoffier's cake by threatening to expose your secret if you didn't?
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. The thought of Chef Escoffier finding out that I put her in jail, it made me freeze up with fear. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? All this fuss? Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and so you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or...
You mean...
Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have to... You should tell Vanagem to mark... Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to resort to blackmail?
I have my suspicions. Not that I've got any proof to back them up, though.
Ugh. What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our menu doesn't taste like it used to, especially our signature items.
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't put my finger on it, but the flavor seems subtly different from how it used to be. But the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers and true dessert connoisseurs.
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get so hung up on it. So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again, late into the night, determined to match Escoffier's version. But something's always slightly off every time.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Never really gave it much thought, though.
Thinking back on it now, it's clear that Savannah's been in a downward spiral ever since Escoffier left.
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier's shoes. That's gotta be the reason. But after countless setbacks, she's getting more and more unhinged. And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to doubting Escoffier.
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She must have thought Escoffier purposely omitted key details from her recipes when she copied them out. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine, the only one privy to all the secrets of the trade.
Oh, for goodness sake. What a stupid idea.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex only to discover that the secret recipes she's been pining for don't exist at all. Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought up everything at once.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe all along, how come it tasted different? She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier are in a league of their own.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge with...
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can. Hey, did you hear me? Once I...
All this time.
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now, but I don't think she's ready to speak to anyone yet. Let's give her the day to calm down. I'm sure.
In that case, I'll go and update for—
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna switch it up this time?
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year, they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore, but what those poets don't know is that during a migration, the lead goose is always changing. Once the lead goose... So, the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities... I get cooking is a science, not magic. Of course, some people have a more... I'd have no reason to expect so... And come to...
Melusine, these are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine.
Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Why are we here so early? Our meeting with Vanigem, check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no, Escoffier!
I'm fine. Just need to get... Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here, or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
Coffee. Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up on your sleep when you get the chance. Wait, what investigation?
I'll save it for whenever and I'll...
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No.
After seeing her home yesterday, we were only to find an empty house. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked the hotel. If she's not here, then...
Boss, Escoffier!
Alphonse? You're supposed to...
We were, but then, just after you left, we found this stuff in her hat.
Oh, looks like a map with a bunch of...
Wait a second. This feels familiar. Of course, from the Codex. They're all places that Modeste explored on his adventures. Yeah, but...
The Codex de Bord?
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating Escoffier that way? Geez, Savannah. Anything to overcome a gâteau plateau.
Ugh, idiot. Does she have a death wish? Those ruins are thousands of years old.
Hold on. There's more.
It was you. It sounds like a...
Retrieve, so the cooking... First we thought that Savannah...
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident, the demand for a cooking contest, the instruction to blackmail Monica, even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it, Monica?
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
place looks like an underwater...
I think Modest's codex mentioned...
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did they get here? Aw, they ran off!
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking...
Well...
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus.
We have to feed the blubber... See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know...
There is no time for that.
Wait.
A little amuse-bouche. A dash of frosting. Yeah.
Blubber beasts or not, are we sure this stuff is edible?
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the pool, we'll probably just scare them off again, and who...
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back.
Hey, be careful! Scare them off too much and they might not come back again. Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
The tracks turned back again. Oh, so annoying. Off to the freezer! Huh. Hey, it's open! Bring it!
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water, the one you just drank out of?
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you. Today, it's finally paying off. Not only have I found the ruin that Savelli kept hidden, but I also get to boss you around like my little lapdog. Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, I want to know where to lay the explosives. Did you not hear me?
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd known what you were planning, I'd never have...
Ha! Don't be so self-righteous. Admit it, you've always been jealous of Escoffier. That's why you lapped up everything I told you. You were terrified of her finding out about your part in the Lumiline incident, and you resented the way her reputation hung over you. So you jumped at the chance to convince yourself that she was the villain, that she deliberately hid her secret recipes from you just to hold you back. It was the only excuse you needed to just first idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to. It was the same story with Savelli and my ancestor. He offered Modeste his friendship only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place. You have no idea the countless hours I spent piecing it all together. So you see, you're no better than Savelli. If you can't beat him, betray him, right?
I am no Savelli, nor will I ever...
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior now? Just because you finally realized that Escoffier never kept any secrets from you? You didn't show any remorse when she left.
You're right.
Ooh.
What? Ever since I learned the truth, I've been biding my time, waiting for this moment. You've played me like a fiddle for so long, and now this is payback!
But you drank it too!
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica!
You. Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit just to amuse myself. You gave a very... I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these bottles, just clean, fresh water.
No.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, you know? Did you really think your half-baked plot would fool me? You're allowed...
Everything I ever did was a failure. And now...
Hey, why don't you try your hand at being a comedian in your next life? You got a good laugh out of me. You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance, and now it's time to say goodbye.
Stop right there!
Let her go, Monica! We've got you surrounded!
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
You can't!
Stay back if you want her! Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat, but if you so much as flinch, I can...
Monica, what are you hoping to achieve by this?
A recipe! Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his Gâteau de Bourg, and it's right here in these ruins.
Are you serious? You're here because of a Gâteau de Bourg obsession? You've gone completely mad!
He and Savelli were fools. A priceless treasure of Remoria in the palm. We're talking about a powerful stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's no cooking ingredient. It's a groundbreaking drug. That's right, I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine. I could make a killing by selling it to the treasure hoarders or the Fatui.
Will you listen to yourself? You're completely delusional.
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure.
Wait, what's this?
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Uh-oh. Savannah's going to...
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward.
That's true.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route. The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere. They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Knife Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping. Another door? Guess we need to prepare another feast for our guests. Off to the freezer!
scare them off too much and they might not come back again.
It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers.
A little amuse-bouche!
Strike a pose!
I never knew you could process Lumitwol like that. All right, I've got to jot this down. Lumitwols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan. Wait, hold on. Which door are you talking about?
Rev the engines! Bring it!
That's strange. These don't look Romorian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of... you're real...
Trust our adventurer's instincts. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a pro rummager from all those treasure chests. Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills.
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes.
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
It's been years since it's exactly the way I remember it. Sadly, the treasure of Remoria. Our limited stock of the substance meant that he was praised as a G. Modeste tried his best to our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. Why invite further disdain by inserting myself where I didn't? I told myself that, or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, I'd be able to ask him with a smile on my face, how about we go on one more adventure, for old time's sake? Unfortunately, that day will never come.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it, he came back after Modeste had already died.
I always thought it...
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste? If it's all true, maybe Savelli really did have something to do with it.
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced of this. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. He stopped all but as he baked and taste tested over and over again, he found he only strayed further and further from the... It was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the truth finally dawned on him. What had changed was not the gâteau, but his sense of taste. The treasure of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In the short term, it offers people the ultimate gourmet experience. In hindsight, it made perfect sense. After all, Why would a culture that sought liberation from the constraints of their bodies care for the loss of their senses? But we realized it too late. We were just too late. Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining supply of the treasure of Remoria. He consumed it all himself. The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. And because we had become estranged, I could not be there to stop him, to offer some words of comfort, or even to say goodbye. Yet despite everything, he sent me his final letter.
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something. It really was a kind of drug.
So, Modeste chose to end his own life. Then, why all the rumors that Savelli murdered him? Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make any mention of the treasure of Remoria. It's almost as if someone deliberately erased it from history.
Modeste told me everything in his Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me to warn the public about the dangers of Gâteau de Bourg. But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. 1 minute a genius, the next a joke. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to. I will do what I must to protect his name. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. But if that's the price of destroying all evidence of my crimes, I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than see his reputation in tatters. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say Savannah should be safe for now?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure, there's no telling what she might do.
The treasure of Remoria. I have found you at last. Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. Some fragments of his diary escaped your clutches, and we have held on to them for generations. But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, and with it the last piece of the puzzle, I may never have found this place. But now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria. It's empty. It's empty?
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Escoffier? What's the deal with that jar?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore and make sure it would never harm anyone again. So he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every last shred that remained.
This can't be happening. All the years I spent piecing together the truth. All my painstaking planning. All that for an empty jar?
Monica, don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you realize.
Oh, shut your pie hole!
Praise be to Lord Remus. You
She's a nutcase! A liability to herself and everyone else! Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out!
Ah! Why is this place still shaking?
coming!
Oh, no, you don't. If I can't get what I want, neither will any of you. I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're...
Savannah? When did you wake up?
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Escoffier! Savannah!
Traveler! And Paimon!
Venejem! What are you all doing here?
What did you expect us to do? Stay at the restaurant and sit on a merry...
We had to do something.
It was my fault. Escoffier had to leave. Come back, Escoffier.
Okay, so everything...
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time.
If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right.
Things were pretty...
Our customers know that Escoffier doesn't work for us anymore. But the fact is, they keep coming back. At the end of the day...
No,
Well, about that...
It's been a while, Chef Savannah.
Firma? I'm so sorry, but...
Actually, I think I'm...
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem, and as it turns out, she was lacing it with Lumaline, though.
No way! Doesn't that cause nerve damage?
It can. High doses pose a risk of serious nervous and sensory... A small dose...
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your edge.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it. They said that with the low dose I was taking, the risks are pretty small. They also fixed me up with some meds.
What? There's more. We believe that Firmin was likely not Monica's only victim.
You mean... she poisoned me too?
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been so irritable this whole time!
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumaline. That stuff can only amplify what's already there. So tasty food will seem like the most delicious thing in the world, while food you don't particularly care for will become utterly revolting. So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize to every single person you've wronged.
I will. I'm sorry. There's still one question that's really bugging me. Why is it that no matter what I do, my Gâteau de Bourg never is it just... I mean, is it because...
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken, you silly goose.
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was a half-degree discrepancy between the temperature setting and the actual temperature. All the ovens in the whole kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this point, it's pretty obvious that Monica must have tampered with them. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams. But of course, Monica sabotaged mine so that could never happen.
No, it all comes back to one simple...
Oh, do you know how long I spent perfecting my Gâteau de Bourg? 3 years. And you've been head chef now for what, 6 months? If that? A couple hundred failed attempts, and you clearly have no idea. Genius or not, everyone, you're only a... Surely you haven't
What
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah.
Aw, friends again!
Good. So now that's out of the way. It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch.
But right, and...
So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is
Hey!
The second cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Hey, what are you so afraid of? You can't unbake it now. And if you don't serve it, then good or bad, you'll never find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure. Taste it. Digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
The results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
Quite rightly, too. Piece of cake.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
Now, where were we? I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I had two reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Bois had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided...
Improve
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Liyue. And in her, I saw so many new possibilities. She has that same adventurous spirit that Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. With her, nothing's off the table. There's a whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now. Did you—
What? Paimon didn't notice at all!
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs and figuring out the exact constellation of elements that gave their work its signature taste. And the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
Don't worry, it's not gonna be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. Before I put anything into my food, I'll obviously do my research. In the meantime, take this. It's a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Bois revised version. I tweaked it to suit your needs as busy adventurers. Hope you
All right!
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanishem that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an acceptable level.
You know, Paimon's still a little disappointed that we never got to see the treasure of Remoria. Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mysteries surrounding. She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary. Then went to all that trouble to infiltrate the Hotel de Bois. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
Since you mentioned the treasure,
between Modest's writings and what we saw in those ruins, I think I may have figured out the truth. The so-called Treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitwals, better known—
Huh? So then, why all the hype back in the early days of Gâteau de Bourg?
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then, so desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of bland food, it's no wonder that the first thing to really excite people's taste buds took the world by storm. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, it's just another drug from the Fontaine Research Institute. Even if Savelli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much these days.
So after all that, there was nothing strange to say about Paimon almost—
Hey! Huh? You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. They ran a special issue. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Remoria. A magnificent jar thought to be over 1,000 years old. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value. It could be worth an absolute fortune.
Wait! Isn't that the jar they used to hold the treasure?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something.
All right. Let's rock! Try and stop me! All right.
Let my name echo in song! Showing you—
Letting brave names echo! Burn it down! Light up the blazing sun!
The tides beckon.
Settle down!